Hello friends. Well, it's raining outside, so I can't work on the track, can't work on the backyard, so I figured I'd do some wrenching, right? This is the XX. This is the same XX that was featured in the W.O.T.B body review video. Ooh, that's hard to say. And this car, I already started some disassembly here. Took the gearbox off, took the rear suspension off. I figured I'd grab my camera before I got ahead of myself. And this car started off as a XX bushing car, which is sort of like their sport version of the car. Now, someone put bearings in it and has changed a few bits. Has the really nice graphite top plate there and the front pivot. All right, let's talk about this. Kyosho Turbo Ultima. Now, I know it's a Turbo Ultima because it says so on the hood. Oh, wait, it says Ultima Turbo. Uh-oh. I know, Turbo Ultima. This was an eBay find. This is in fair shape. It's going to need some love to get it back to running condition. But yeah, man, another cool car for the stable. We'll do some shootout videos and some time attacks with this guy. These things look killer. What a beautiful car. So that'll be a whole different series we'll do later. But for now, let's get back to this. So this car started off as a sport version of the XX, which means it came with a few different things. One of was these shocks. Now these shocks have a, it's anodized, but that's not hard anodized. This stuff scratches right off. So I'm going to change that out to the hard anodized shocks. I have a set of these left over from my XXX days. So that'll work a lot better. I'm also going to change out the rear axles. It has these plastic slider axles. Now these work just fine, but I like the steel ones better. So I have a set of these. We'll put these in the car as well. And the big change we're going to do is this. So this car comes with a rear T-plate and pivot block built in as one piece, right? So when you want to change the toe on the car, you got to change this whole block out. Now I don't like that. I want separate pieces. So one cool thing I have in my big pile of parts here is this, right? So back in the day, Losi offered a kit to change it to the CR rear suspension, which is the newer rear suspension for the XX, which features a separate pivot block and a separate T-plate. Now the cool thing with that is you can add shims under there. So now you can change to pro squat or anti-squat or all different kinds of squat. It also comes with it looks like a XXX style rear arm. I believe it's the same arm that's on the XXX. I'll do some more research there. But yeah, I'm going to open this up. A lot of people are going to, man, did I open this up? But I need it. So that's going on the car as well, which would be awesome. And we'll change a few things out. The car came with a rear carbon fiber. Look at this thing, man. Woo. Tower. I believe that's an associated wing mount. We're not going to use that. I got a plastic one, which looks stock and cool. If I can find this in graphite, maybe I'll put a graphite one on, but this will work just fine. Change that out, change a T-plate, fix the shocks, change the axles, and go through everything. Now, I'm not sure how I'm going to shoot this. I might do hyperlapse, I might do pictures, I might do little video clips. We'll see. So you guys stand by, rock on, and let's get to work. All right, guys, first thing we're going to do is open up this bag. This contains all the parts for the CR rear suspension update. Yeah, new sealed in bag. So we'll go through this. I'll try to hold it this way because I have my camera in a weird spot today. So you guys can see everything in the bag. Ooh. Oh. What's done is done. Pivot block. All right. That looks just like a XXX arm. I'll have one around somewhere. We'll compare that. What else comes in this? Oh. Rear upright or knuckle or whatever you guys call them. That's a front part. Okay, that's unexpected. Oh, I guess they changed the front and rear suspension on this car. I didn't know that. Pretty cool. There's our pin bag. Some shims, some E-clips. Everyone loves E-clips. I don't. Cool. Another front knuckle. I wonder what degrees these are. Oh, 25. Look at that. You see that? Probably not. That's okay. All right, cool. So there's all the parts we're going to put in this car. I'll look and see what front blocks I have in there already. I'm not sure what else has changed, but you know what? There's a manual. Maybe we'll go through the manual. Look at this. Got our steps there. Setup sheet on the back. Neat, neat. Maybe we'll put that setup in it. I wonder whose setup that was. Maybe BK, who knows? Pretty cool though. This is all plastic. This isn't graphite. I don't even know if they made this stuff in graphite. I'm pretty sure the T-plate they did. Not so sure about this part. Oh, speaking of graphite, guess what I found? I had one, right? So we'll put a graphite shock tower on the back of this car. So that's cool. All right, let's get to work. You guys stand by. One thing that needed some clarification after I shot this video was, it's not the rear toe angle that gets changed when you swap out the pivot plates. It's the rear anti-squat setting. So anti-squat is basically the angle of the rear inner hinge pin as to a parallel ground surface. And it does exactly what it says it does. It keeps the rear of the car from squatting under acceleration, thus drastically affecting how the car handles on quarter entry and exit. The greater the angle of that rear pin, the less the car squats down under acceleration. The big change of the CR upgrade, aside from the separate pivot block, is how they set the rear toe of the buggy. On the standard XX, this was done by changing the rear hubs to a different degree hub on the outer hinge pin, where on the CR, they set the rear toe angle at the inner hinge pin on the actual pivot block. Unfortunately, we just don't have time to get into all this fun nerd stuff on this video. Okay guys, so the rear's done. T-plate pivot block are installed. Had a little difficulty because I was putting the wrong washers back in here, but I figured that out. We're going to skip the front stuff for now because I don't know what's in the car, so continue building the rear of the car. So stand by. Let's move on. Alright my friends, so the back is assembled somewhat. Gearbox is on, new shock tower's on, arms are all attached. The gearbox itself I had pre-built. I did that inside when it was raining out, so sorry I didn't capture that, but nothing, no tricks in there, just a standard XX gearbox. I have to search around for some bearings and links. I don't have either of those, so I'll put this video on pause, go look for those parts, and we'll start back up again. Stand by. So there we go guys, our rear shocks are mounted. Nice pink springs on there. The oil on this is a little thick. I think I'm running 30 weight, but I don't know what pistons I have, so I want to check this chart and put in it what it says to do. We're going to run this setup, see how it works. I think that's pretty cool to do. So let's move on. Alright friends, so I took this 3D printed nose brace, pin brace I had that came with the car off, and I had some new ones. I was fortunate enough to have them. I also had graphite arms for the front that I put on. The arms that were on it are usable, but they are pretty beat up. The holes are pretty worn out. You can see they've had a rough life. I'll use these for spares. These arms are very fragile. That's about it. We'll have at it. Now's the time to start digging around for the parts from the CR kit so I can run the front end stuff on this car. Everything's together pretty much. It's ready for electronics. The tow and camber are way out from changing all these positions around, but that's easy fix. So stand by and let's move on. So I mounted up a set of vintage Proline wide 5 fronts and these amazing jam and rear step pin tires. Tossed in a hot D2 mod motor and laid some paint on a smoking hot pokey racing body. Turned out pretty good, I think. This Hot Rod XX is just about ready for some track action. Be it a vintage event, a shootout, or time attack video, it's raring to go, and so am I. I can't wait to pull the trigger on this bad boy. Once again, a big thank you to you folks that watch these videos. Your positive comments are both uplifting and inspirational, so please be sure to join the discussion below. And if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. As always, rock on, and I hope to see you guys soon. Take care.